What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and got a little news actually from yesterday. One signing that I hadn't yet made a video about that I wanted to talk to you about, let you guys know. So the Dolphins signed a wide receiver. Some people were calling this a splashy move, although I wouldn't really consider it to be that. Having said that, I do actually like the move. The last two signings the Dolphins did, I actually overall like. The Matt Skura signing, the ex-Baltimore Ravens center, I actually do think that is going to be a solid upgrade. And then this one is Will Fuller, ex-Texans wide receiver. I do like it. The only issue is at this point, the Dolphins have like no cap space. They're down to about $12.5 million with this signing. And they're going to need about that much to be able to sign, their practice squad and their rookies. So obviously, and we already knew this, they're going to have to, make cap savings moves, whether that be, cut guys, restructure, whatever. And so, that is on the horizon, and it'll be interesting to find out exactly what they do there. Overall, I'm not sure that the team is really any better than it was last year. I think overall the moves kind of balance out. I think the offense does take a slight step forward with Skura and Fuller, but kind of just marginal. I don't think it's going to be a huge upgrade. We'll have to wait and see. I hope so, but I don't think those two moves are going to be like huge game changing for the offense. But we did lose already some significant pieces on the defense from last year, so I think overall that kind of balances out, and I still think they have a long way to go. But again though, and this goes to show you that the Dolphins are actually in pretty rough cap situation. They literally have like no money, right? They have like $12.5 million, but all of that is already, predetermined to be dedicated towards, their draft class and their practice squad, right? So, by the way, quick side note, they did adopt the 17 game schedule for this upcoming season, so that's a thing. But also it's worthy noting that, all of these guys, I think all of them, I'm pretty, no, I think maybe one of the signings got a multi-year deal, but pretty much all of these deals are like 1-year contracts, which means that, and especially the last two, Will Fuller and Matt Skura, I like those signings, but, there's a high likelihood that they won't be part of the team's long-term, picture. Now, obviously, if they perform well, then you would think that they would be brought back. But unfortunately, it's hard to even really, determine or evaluate that, because you never know who's going to be gone. And really, with this regime, they've shown you that, anybody could be gone at any time. So, anyway, overall, like I said, I do like the Will Fuller and Matt Skura signings. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say, the final thing I wanted to say is that it's funny because this whole situation going on with Deshaun Watson, I think 3 now women have come forward to accuse him of sexual misconduct and, including to, force sexual acts. And so it's possible that this drama could, whether he is, guilty or not, could save the Dolphins from themselves, right? Now we'll see. They have decided to take players with, significant off-the-field issues or off-field issues before, including, domestic battery and stuff like that. So we'll see if that ends up playing a role. And I do think that there is a significant possibility that Deshaun Watson is a big enough star in the league that they will do everything in their power. The league will. There was, reports out that the league is investigating him. But I think there's a substantial possibility that this ends up just going away. So it may not really have an impact at all. But I say that because, again, it could save the Dolphins from themselves and going after Deshaun Watson. I still think as of right now, there is, a very high probability of that. I do, as I said in my past video or two, this is probably the one thing that could prevent that from happening, because I do believe that that's what they want to do. I do believe that, all of these moves that they've done, even the Will Fuller, I mean, think about that. Like, Will Fuller's from the Texans, right? Deshaun Watson would be coming over from the Texans. He's already got a rapport with him, right? So, like, whereas Tua would have to fucking build one, etc. And sure, Tua's got somewhat of a rapport with Gesicki and, Devontae Parker, whatever, but who knows? Parker may not even be around much longer. He could be a cap casualty. Anyway, point is to me, all of the moves that they made and, everything that they've done this offseason, including the things that are expected, clearing cap space, I believe are in preparation to get Deshaun Watson. Now, it is possible that this, legal issue of his could prevent that. But if he does end up getting cleared, which I cannot imagine, it's going to take all the way into the draft to get some sort of, definitive enough resolution to the situation so that teams will be able to, make their decision on whether or not they're going to want to go in on Deshaun Watson, etc. Right? Because the NFL knows how much he's worth to them, right? And they know that he's a giant fucking star. Now, they also know that, whatever. I mean, so there's a lot that goes into it. We'll have to see how it plays out. It just depends on how credible these allegations are. If there's evidence and whatnot. I've already mentioned, I wouldn't want to take him if he's found guilty, but we'll have to wait and see. And, I say the things about the NFL that I do because we've seen it in the past. We've seen them time and time again either just not care that, dudes commit domestic battery or whatever, stuff like that, or, they give him just a very, light pat on the, or a smack to the hand or, whatever, right? Like a very minimal sentence, if you will. So, anyway, with that, I just wanted to update you guys because I missed that from yesterday. And so we'll see. Obviously, like I said, they have no money at this point, so they're going to have to clear. It'll be interesting to see what moves they make to do so. I mean, even if, and just for a little bit added, it doesn't matter. Like, they have to clear cap space because it doesn't matter if they wanted to sign anybody else or not. Deshaun Watson aside, right? It doesn't matter. They have to clear cap space because they're so, like, out of money that, I mean, you can't be at like zero. Like, it's just, and I mean, I guess technically you probably can, like, as long as, you're under the cap and whatever, I suppose you technically probably could. There are there are teams that go over the cap and stuff sometimes, so, I'm sure you technically can, but it's not a good way of doing business is what I'm saying. And so they're going to have to clear cap space one way or the other, and it'll be interesting to see how they choose to do that. All right, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspectives. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And, of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.